I have a question for you. Can you tell which one of these is porcelain or ceramic? I didn't think you could. So we're going to talk to you today about the differences between porcelain tile or ceramic tile and why you might use one versus the other in your kitchen or bathroom. I'm here in the tile corner of our showroom at J&RS, and we've got lots of different boards, kind of different manufacturers and different types of tile kind of all mounted that we can look at with our clients. So first I'm going to start talking about kind of the main differences in how porcelain and ceramic tile are made. They're both made out of clay and fired in a kiln. So porcelain is fired at a much higher temperature than ceramic is. So all of that glazing and all of those materials within the clay really kind of melt together, and it gets this really nice kind of through body color, whereas ceramic tile is fired at a much lower temperature, and so that glaze still kind of sits on top and you still get that natural clay color underneath it. Overall, porcelain tends to be a little bit more durable than ceramic, just because it does have that really nice through body color. So if it gets chipped or if it gets scratched or anything like that, kind of nicked, you don't have to worry about it because it'll usually be that same color underneath. Ceramic still has that really nice glazed look on the top, but if it were to get chipped, you will kind of see that clay color that's still underneath, and that might take a little bit more maintenance and a little bit more care to make sure that your ceramic tile lasts as long as it can. When it comes to cost, because porcelain is a little bit more expensive to manufacture, just as a result of that, it's naturally going to range a little bit higher in price compared to a ceramic that might look the same. So another big difference between ceramic and porcelain tiles is in the appearance kind of the glaze that's on it. So a lot of the time ceramic will be a lot more solid. It'll have a solid color or kind of a pattern that's made up of separate solid colors. Whereas porcelain can be solid, but it's got a little bit more leeway in the way that they can make wood-looking porcelain tiles or marble-looking porcelain tiles. Here next to me, we have two examples of ceramic tiles. So you can still kind of see, even in the scalloped tile here, there are all the different colors, but still within each individual tile, it's that solid color that you get. Whereas behind me, you can kind of see these wood-looking and also kind of these stone-looking porcelain tiles that are just able to give a little bit more of that natural look without having to go with an actual natural stone or wood floor. Another kind of key difference between them is that for installation, porcelain tends to be a lot more difficult to install because it's a little harder, like I mentioned earlier, so it's a lot more difficult to cut and keep those cuts and those lines looking really clean and neat for that install. So if you really want to get that professional look, but you're doing it by yourself, you'd probably be a little bit better going with a ceramic if you're not an experienced tile installer. Here next to me, you can kind of see an example of a porcelain wood-looking, kind of more natural-looking tile versus that really solid color glazed ceramic that I mentioned earlier. So you can kind of see those differences in how it's a little bit easier to achieve kind of that natural look and kind of those different, wood looks or maybe marble look on porcelain rather than doing kind of just the solid glaze colors on the ceramic. So as a designer, people tend to ask me which I prefer, either porcelain or ceramic. Personally, I lean a little bit more towards porcelain just because typically it is that really clean, kind of smooth finish on the top, unless it's really textured to seem like a natural wood or some type of natural stone. But on the other hand, I also really love ceramics because you can get this really nice kind of handcrafted look on these glazed ceramic tiles that's a little bit different than what you kind of get with a porcelain tile with how hard it is. Overall, there really isn't a wrong choice between ceramic or porcelain tile. It really just kind of depends on your preference and the type of project that you have. If you have any questions on what type of tile you should use in your project, or if you'd like any help getting started on your remodel, come visit us at our showroom or at jrsduluth.com.